Welcome back to Insurance Mantra. It's a time for our Expert Speak segment. Joining me today is Neera Saxena, ex-General Manager and Director at National Insurance and former CEO and MD of GIC Housing Finance. With her vast experience in the industry, we'll discuss some of the most common disputes faced by policyholders from room rent deduction to pre-existing disease claims and the issue of partial claim rejection. Madam Saxena, welcome to Insurance Mantra. Thank you for joining our show. So to begin with, I just want to understand from you, the room rent is the big issue, and I want to understand from you, why do policyholders still face so many disputes related to room rent deductions despite having large health insurance coverage? Because most of the queries we receive, policyholders complain that they were having a large insurance coverage, but they did not get the complete claim due to room rent deductions.
Thank you, first of all, Anurag, for taking me on the show. And as of now, the room rent is a big issue even now with the customers who are taking the policies, because probably they are not, being made aware, or they do not go through the policies which they are purchasing, wherein a limit of the room rent is already mentioned in the clause for the room rent. Now, for example, if a policy is taken for 5 lakhs and the room rent limit is 2%, so he can only avail a room in the hospital for 10,000 rupees. Now, the hospital says that that room is not available. So he has to go to a 14,000 or a 16,000 rupees room, wherein he feels that, he will have deduction only to an extent of 6,000 per day for the room. But he forgets that this deduction is proportionate on all the expenses which the hospital charges him under diagnostics, under doctor's visit, under nursing care, and everything. So what happens is, in the process, he lands up losing a lot of money. So this becomes a grievance later with him because he was not aware, he was not made aware of it, and hospitals are charging exorbitantly on the room rents. So this is a matter of contention. But I would suggest that policyholders should please look into their policies with regard to room rent and should ensure that their policy does not have any room rent limits attached to that policy.
Okay, I also want to know from you about pre-existing disease issue, because even after IRDA has reduced the waiting period, why are pre-existing claims still a major reason for disputes?
Yes. Number one, I feel for the pre-existing diseases, the insured himself is somewhere responsible because they do not disclose. So I would suggest all the insured people, please disclose your pre-existing diseases in the proposal forms. The number two point is that insurers, even today, some of them are going as back as 20 years back. If a person has had a heart problem and today, if he's being hospitalized, they are still treating that treatment as a pre-existing ailment, which is not the right thing they have been doing. So there has to be a reasonable period which has been suggested by the regulator on the pre-existing PED clauses. So let them just pay everything, whatever comes after those many years of pre-existing, which has been done by the insured. But the problem here is, again, the pre-existing diseases, they want to push the claims for non-payment, the insurers, because of the PED clauses, which I feel is really putting insureds into hardships. And then there are a lot of, disputes on those claims. And I feel, insurers need to look at these claims more liberally.
There is another important issue which is related to the non-payable items. So when in the final discharge bill, policyholders or patient get a shock that these particular items are non-payable. So what can be done from the policyholder's point of view that they get the claim for the non-payable items also?
The clauses in most of the policies is that, non-payable items such as consumables, which are there, which are billed by the hospital, like, you can say cotton swabs and a toothbrush or a toothpaste which a patient gets from the hospital. So all those billings come under consumables. These consumables are forming a part of almost about 10 to 15% of the claim, and these consumables are not payable under the policy. Now, most of the insureds are not aware of it. Only when it comes to their claim settlements, they are made aware that these consumables will not be payable. The second thing is that today there are many insurers which are offering a clawback of these consumable clause by paying little extra premium. So I would suggest that insureds, while buying policies, should be mindful of looking into the policy clauses and see if consumables are not being covered in their policy. They should look for covers where consumables can be covered by paying little extra premium.
My final question is related to advanced technology treatment, but we have seen that insurers are not accepting the claims under the advanced technology treatments, like, for example, treatment like robotic surgery or some new procedures. We have seen there are so many reports and few complaints also we have received where insurers has outrightly rejected the insurance claim. So, according to you, insurance companies are rejecting these claims due to what particular factors?
Absolutely, I agree with you, Anurag. I think today there are facilities of taking, robotic surgeries, and what is the advantage of these surgeries is that the healing is really fast. The insured gets, he's not into a lot of discomfort when he comes out of the surgery, as well as when he reaches home. The recovery is very much faster. So I believe that the insurance companies should now, instead of making it a percentage of the sum insured is being paid towards advance payments. For example, in a robotic cholecystectomy, probably they say that they will only cover the robotic surgery up to say 60,000 or 65,000, which I feel is not the right thing, because the hospital charges you for the robotic arm separately and for the surgery amount separately. So what I feel is that let this arm be paid for 65,000, which is the robotic surgery arm, but then the other, the expenses which the insured suffers during this treatment has to be paid to the insured. And these come under disputes once the insured sends a bills for these advanced treatments to the insurers, because insurers then stick to a percentage of payment, and which is not actually, it should not be happening like that. So I feel that there has to be a look into this robotic and these new age surgeries, and the percentages of payments should increase, and it should be treated at par with the other surgeries.
Thank you so much, Neera Saxena ji, for joining our insurance show and sharing
Thank
your
you.
insight.
Thank you.
On this note, it's a wrap on insurance mantra, but we will leave you with our insurance basic. That is, did you know in health insurance, room rent limit can decide much more than just hospital room you get. If your policy